Yeah. Also, the ineffectiveness of Lapu on that first engagement over on the left side as well.
Hmm.
I mean, that can be a very precarious position to fight, just because it's more open leading into the torch than it is for the defenders trying to funnel through the area between the house and the gate. So it it can lead to a little bit better spacing on behalf of the attacking team if the defending team's a little slower.
Hmm.
But but honestly, that was just Hyperion playing that fight well for the most part.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know the command for observer mode 2? Console command?
Yes, it's switch to observer mode space 2.
Switch. Love you.
Yeah, so this
Play the
next,
chest. Alright.
I like the thing. So this next, it looks like they might actually have Hanzo, or actually Pils is logging back into the game, so they might not have Hanzo sub in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, interesting. You saw a lot of different weapons come out throughout that match. Saw mauls, grand maces, longsword, sword of war on all the knights. Even saw some messer. Um,
Oh, yeah.
Vanguard saw polehammer, halberd, spear. Did we see some brandy?
We saw a good bit of brandy, yeah, absolutely, from both teams. I saw.
Oh wow, my wife called me and I did not say, so I'm going to call her back really fast.
Yep, yep. And I'll wait to go into this in depth till Height gets back, but seeing Maul play in Mercs is actually a bit rare these days. It's not something you usually see at the top levels. At least fantastically done, just because of the prominence of something like a Sword of War. Just those quick stabs that flinch every single time against something like a Maul. It just makes it almost completely unviable. But I believe we had somebody on Hyperion pulling it up. Might have been Medi.
Yeah, it was actually Medi who
Medi.
pulled out
Okay,
the
awesome.
maul, and that was after um, they swapped Captain Schmidt from Grand Mace to a sword.
Oh,
Maul is, I mean, Maul is less seen in Mercs than is in Vanilla. In
yeah.
Vanilla, it's kind of stupid, but honestly, you saw Uldon show the power of it in in the 3v3 LTS tournament.
I must
Uh,
have missed it.
it, yeah, that was half of their strategy is in the finals, and versus Legion as well. Uldon would team up with one other member, and I mean, even if you don't get the one shot from the Maul, it the damage synergy with any other weapon kills like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still a really strong weapon, and a lot of the use of it is less off of initiating and feinting and stuff like that, but just getting that first parry and then getting that riposte,
Mm-hmm.
because riposte you can't flinch, so that still allows you to get some of the hit trade power from all from vanilla into mercs.
Okay. So yeah, it's definitely still a viable weapon. I'd always presumed ever since I saw Spook had stopped using it so much in Mercs that it had simply gone the way of the dodo, but I'm very wrong.
Yeah, some members from Hyperion have been bringing it back, but yeah, you definitely see Grand Mace used a lot more, or you see
Oh
these
yeah.
triple sword comps, or
Triple
double sword
sword
comps
is all
used from
day.
knights.
Yeah.
Ooh, my wife called me back.
Nice shit talking chat to be expected. Looks like we're just waiting for Schnit to ready up and for Boomstick, I think, to join up. Well, looks like Boomstick crashed, most likely. Shouldn't be long, hopefully. But we get somebody. I'll show you guys this sexy ass spectator cam. so good, so tasty, so smooth. Oh yeah. Shit is great. You gotta be very aware of your keyboard and your mouse and everything. And, oh, but when you get it right, it is just tits. Whee! I love my job. Ooh, hey, Kata. Ooh, ooh. Like I said, you gotta be in tune with your peripherals. I just smashed that spacebar. I want to see where these katas are going. Should be a fun ride. Everybody! Help! Help! Well, Pill's dad is Gaven, so we're good to go. I think we are currently just waiting for Legion's 6th to join up. It's just a scrim, so nobody's jimmies are rustled. Some incredible camera work from yours truly. I literally just ran into a post. It's okay though. Meow. Boing. That beautiful water though. I need to change the acceleration. You can do some really fine tuning of this observer mode actually in the settings. You can set OBS to acceleration. Do something very different. Oh! Alright, boys and girls. Looks like we are beginning. Here's your roster. However, this time we've got Legion attacking and Hyperion defending. Let me just quickly switch back on that observer cam. Hopefully that doesn't reset every objective. That would suck. Oh well. And the game has begun, and we are seeing all of Legion immediately flow to the left. But Russian Mafia gets picked quite quickly by Cervantes' headshot. Fantastic aim from Cervantes, the Archer of Hyperion. Very, very nice.
LG reprising pretty much the same strat. From here, there's two different ways. I mean, lots of people will generally drop down straight, but oftentimes I like what Hyperion did. They went from the side rather than dropping down straight, because honestly, the teams dropping down tend to have a disadvantage. See a lot of wipe-ups happening that way, and also it gives Hyperion room to close in on them if necessary.
What they're doing right now is a very decent idea. They're dropping down on the side where there aren't enemies, and they get a nice pick on Schmidt.
Net did not do what LG did previously. They had their person back up. He gets taken out.
Yeah. And it looks like LG is doing really good in this engagement. There's Pop gets a nice kill on Best Hacker. And we're seeing a solid, it's now a 3v5, but somehow Hyperion is holding out in this defense. Legion gets a Legion is not going to TK. They actually completely wipe Hyperion with just one Vanguard left. They are going to go down, and this should be Legion taking the village right now, actually. If they're quick enough, they could do it.
And it's the importance of these back houses too. Honestly, Schnitt getting caught out right there instead of falling back appropriately is going to cost them so much of these peasants, and they haven't even really burnt too much or killed too many
peasants actually. 35 out of 40 with just 5 remaining. It shouldn't be that difficult for Legion to simply clean up, but they've actually lost everyone in town. If one of them went Archer, they may just be able to pick off the remainder.
Yep, Russian gets a quick kill, but he is going to get taken out, so he's not going to be on the hill quite yet.
Nope. Quickly responded to... Oh. Grab a pause. See what's going on the board here. Hyperion pulling off a very decent defense, but Legion breaking through it at the very start, just completely demolishing their resolve. From what I can see, 3 peasants remaining. It's not going to last horribly long for them, this first objective.
So what do you think of the next attacking run that LG does? Do you think that they're going to where are the peasants and houses and whatnot that they need to get to, and how are they going to get to them, do you think?
Well, there's only 3 peasants left that they need to get to. They've gotten all of the easy houses, and at the moment I'm seeing a decent number of peasants just hanging out at the right side of the town in regard to the attackers. So honestly, if they just push full right and they can even get one guy to break through, they could take this objective in the next 30-40 seconds maybe.
Yeah, and that would put them right on par where Hyperion took the objective, but
I believe they
the
had
same
637.
yeah. Same time, you have to think LG's liking their odds as a full group. My guess is that they probably, since they don't have an MAA, unless they have mixed spawns, which I'm not sure if they have or not, because I can't check third person during this pause. If they have mixed spawns, then you can start doing split pushes. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if they had Russian doing some arching and have Russian threaten a flank in town, and then have the rest of LG go up as a en masse and duo group. And Hyperion, I'm not sure how they're going to want to defend, if they're going to put a member over on the left and try to do this net strategy and just allocate that way. But we will see.
Yeah, if I were Hyperion at this point, I would take advantage of the current situation. I would just try to surround Legion, because right now Legion's guys are kind of concentrated. If they surround them, if they actually manage to clear them, they might be able to push them all the way back to the spawn and just eat their time. Because this objective is almost undoubtedly going to Legion, just with 3 peasants left and with an archer like Russian Mafia. But the more time Hyperion eats, the less Legion has for the next 2 objectives.
Yeah, Cervantes is one of the few archers that can pressure Russian Mafia, though. Cervantes is just an astounding archer. So we'll see if he can do that.
Alright, so looks like Legion is setting up on the right flank of the town here. And Shout getting a nice throwing dagger kill on a peasant, with several more just running around like chickens with their heads cut off in the center of the village. Now a 2v2 here. 1 van on either side, 1 knight on either side. Seems very even, however, but Shout gets that kill that he needs. However, Medi responds, and Shout's going to take him right on down to town. Now a 2v1 against him, he should not last particularly long.
Yeah, they sent everyone to go get to that left side, though, so Legion, they just sent a flank down the other side, down by river. Easy mode.
They got it. Very, very nice. Now 17 minutes, just very slightly less on the clock. And Legion had a solid start to this second round.
Yeah, on defense for that objective, if you saw Whisper and the Knight going up left like that, you need to send either 2 people and try to stall and just fight normal, send 3 people and try to take them out fast. Well, honestly, probably the first or that second option would have been better, considering the delayed push from LG. If they sent 3 people, they may have been able to take them out quickly enough instead of having to trickle in. But
yeah,
now we'll see LG push up as far as they can as soon as they group up some melee. Hyperion
did all
push
they
up.
could, really, but they are now trying to make up for it. They are going to push up, as you said, and they're going to do their best to surround Legion, doing a very good job getting that first blood in this engagement. Medi taking out pills, and then a quick response, and this is going straight to hell for both teams with now a 2v2. Lots of damage coming on either end. 2 brainies facing each other. Stinker will be the one to bring it out. Very nice. And Legion more or less takes the day. However, that firepot could very well kill Stinker, and it does. Very nice. And the cart is stalled. Beautiful work from Hyperion. Looks like Skills did a bit of a sub-in. for our good friend Schmidt.
That's actually pretty huge. Number one, Skills has a great game sense, knowing where to be. He actually does most of the calling for Tempest. Not that Tempest needs a lot of calling, since they know where to be for the most part. But secondly, he's a very proficient man-at-arms, and that gives them a little bit of a composition advantage. MAAs aren't going to be as big of a deal on defense as on offense, but still, it gives them the fire pot, and that's why he is 5-2 at the very top, even though he just came in, and he already missed the push.
Oh, yeah. Not to mention, actually, oh, shoot, I find this funny. He's actually got 0 assists. He followed up with every one of those firepot hits. It's very solid by him. And he's playing a very, very aggressive man-at-arms in this TO. I'm kind of surprised to see that, but I guess that is what he is used to when he plays man-at-arms.
Yeah, and I mean, if you know the mobility of the man-at-arms, he does get hit for his aggression there, maybe playing it a little too strongly, but if you know it, that's just so strong.
TK from Skills, that's going to be big, actually, for Legion. Legion should be able to bring it back thanks to that TK. And now just 2 Vanguards versus 1, with Hyperion being at a disadvantage here.
I think Charles might be out of stamina. That might be the LG. That might be Lapu.
Actually.
Yeah.
They're just going to do their best. Waited out, nice stab from Shout. Now Shout versus the Archer. And he is going to one-shot Cervantes right in the chest. And now with much of Hyperion finally coming to the fore here, they are going to stop this card.
Really surprised Lapu didn't run to get reinforcements as soon as it was clear that he was going to be outnumbered.
Yeah.
But now this is going to allow Hyperion to push up, get one of those suicide. And the worst thing is that enough of the LG was up and in transit. They're going to get plenty of pickoffs. It's essentially like LG trickled in.
Yeah, it looks like Hyperion is finally bringing their defense to the fore. Getting a very nice kill here in this right under Legion Spawn's nose. With a Knight and a Vanguard, they're actually doing some serious damage. This is wrecking the time of Legion. But
yeah,
finally,
and it's Medi with that Maul just did so much damage.
Team kill. Using their enemies' weapons against them. Beautiful kill from Charles. Shout, great response. Looks like Legion should be able to bring it back finally if they can just kill the Knight. Nice. Taking down Hacker NA. And finally, it's just Skills back here to hold the oncoming tide.
LG did pick out Cervantes over there on the other side. They're going to take him.
Very nice.
Playing this slow and taking 1 kill at a time and then progressing is what's going to land them a little bit of a better time here.
Oh, definitely. 12 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. These two teams actually seem to have gotten very good parity in terms of time. And this engagement will most likely decide that fact. But Best Hector getting a beautiful first blood, Medi taking out Lapu. And Charles on pills, incredible hits from Russian Mafia, but it's not going to last.
And you saw the difference having a man-at-arms happen. Skills just positioned himself behind LG. Even if he's not engaging everyone or whatnot, just the fact that you have to worry about him behind you, that your archer isn't safe, you saw LG really hesitant to engage. They're going to go and try and go into the village to group up and divert a little bit of that so they don't, they have a more singular focus. And there actually looks like they might get that here.
Yeah, no, there's 3v5 going on over here. This should absolutely go the way of Legion. And it does, actually, immaculately. In fact, they should get to that cart and get it a good, solid up to the gate.
If they need to put 1 Vanguard on the cart, as soon as they get 1 person on the cart, they need to leave Russian on the cart, and then have the melee go plug up those sides.
It looks like just what they're doing. They are creating a bulwark. And now the cart is up against the door, and they can start getting some progress. It is at a
This left side's going to be weak, though. Hyperion very smartly stacking 4 people left.
Yeah.
So that means that they're going to win that side quickly.
Very quickly, yeah. And now it is down to Legion's last men, who are quickly getting taken down. Shot goes down to Medi. And now we've got a 4v2, but quickly goes down to a 4v1. And finally, Captain Schnitt gets popped down.
That is exactly what you do. If you know that you're going to have people defending the drop downs on both sides, you want to stack on defense, all your Gathians, as many as you can, onto one side, overwhelm one side, and have that advantage sweep over to the other. Beautiful call by Hyperion, or it could have just been the way spawns happened. But now they're pushing up.
Yeah.
Cervantes gets a
Got an
quick pick off onto Russian.
One for Legion. I don't know if you noticed, but one of a Legion Vanguard did a full flank, and he should be right next. He should be actually very close to getting on the cart right now, if that was his goal.
Looks like he just chilled there the whole
He's
time.
just chillaxing. Okay.
If they don't see him, then they can do some other stuff. But I mean, honestly, if he flanked that far, he probably should have just gone.
Oh, snap. Great projectile pick. That is going to mean the world for Hyperion. And they're going to take advantage of it. But they don't have the numbers in this engagement. They do, however, have the health and apparently the skill, though. And they will bring down most of Legion. Now a 2v1 over here. The Knights win out. But the Vanguard wins out over here. Now a 3v1. This cannot possibly go the way of Stinker. But he does get 3 blocks 2 times in a row. The second time missing but 1. Very, very nice hold by Stinker.
And honestly, the MA is the best suicide push class in the game. You already see his skills all the way up front. And Russian, unless he gets some help, is going to be beset upon by at least a Vanguard.
Oh wow, so much fire coming out from Skill's Fire Pot. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to be able to get followed up upon by Hyperion, and they're going to get a lot of kills. Legion, including their own team, for that matter.
Russian is going to take out Schmidt in a 1v1, and it's just kind of disgusting.
They should,
his archer melee.
Hyperion should be able to get some progress, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, LG's actually just going to group up. They want a full 6v6. They're comfortable in their 6v6 if they can get a full team engagement. And this is exactly what Hyperion did too in these situations.
No. Now both teams do have 6. We will most likely be seeing that 6v6 skills right behind Legion, though. They don't even see him. They don't know he's there. Finally, they're getting ready to respond, but they can't. They have to put everything in the front, and he's going to get right behind him. The engagement happening. Stinker gets Schnitt down to the ground. Medi takes down Lapu, and now it's a 3v2 in favor of Legion, and Legion brings down the remainder of Hyperion. Very, very nice. And they begin taking progress onto the cart.
Yep, and now they're going to plug up a little bit on each side, and you're going to have Russian try to pressure Cervantes to stop him from hitting off. They could actually beat this time right here. If they beat this time, they do not have to kill the king. They will win the scrim.
Oh, but it is not to be so very close.
Oh, they have a knight.
8th. Oh, yeah, if he can take skills down in this duel.
I don't know why the knight is trying to kill skills.
Well, he does it in the
probably
end.
could have just gone for a suicide push and at least gotten a little bit more progress, but
Yeah. So close.
maybe he counted on that and tried to be like, oh, he thinks I'm going to do a suicide push. Not.
Oh yeah, he played balls deep, and he got a pick out of it in the form of skills. But skills should be able to respawn before this full push gets there, and he does. That fireball comes out. It's gonna hit nobody though.
Oh my gosh, the LG trickle in though, they're just going suicide on this, and it's not going to get them anywhere.
Not gonna get anything to show for it. Nothing except one take. And now 3v1 against Lapu. Yeah, not gonna work out. Skills of his holy water.
They've only got about 3 minutes or so, was it?
I think so. I do not actually recall.
Skills getting some damage out on the Stinker.
Pick from Legion. Legion needs to win this engagement flawlessly, and so they do. Very nice.
And the damage that they got on Stinker's already been healed up. This is going to be very good for LG.
Yeah, Hyperion needs to get to that door. They cannot let them get any progress, or it is going to go straight to hell. No, but they... Oh, the oil comes out. The oil comes out. They need to not get this thing, but they do. They knock it down. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left before the addition. And since we don't know the time, I guess we're just going to play it. unless Height can find something in his bag of tricks. We are seeing Hyperion begin to come back together for a defense. This Observer Mode 2 can be janky as shit, guys. I apologize if you can't see something at some point. Incredible engagement in the courtyard, though. Stinker destroying Schnitt. Shout responding with skills. And Legion just taking the cake here. Decimating Hyperion. Quite
They're
nicely.
holding out, they're regenning first. If Hyperion tries to push up with their trickle spawns, then they're probably going to get taken out. We already see one Vanguard considering it, and then he thinks a little bit better of it. Honestly, LG, let's see if they go... they've got their knights sitting here in this bottom middle, just kind of taunting them for a bottom middle push, but being on these tops, it looks like Hyperion is actually going to go all through one side. That's going to let LG just go through the middle. Hyperion's going to get behind them, but...
Good kills from both sides, but Legion will come out on top with 3 men left, including the Archer. And they should be able to just touch this knight at the very least, but no, they will come back. Which is a decent move. They are going to hold that control they have of the courtyard. 9 minutes left.
Yeah, honestly, what you can do is... it's a little difficult to explain, but there's a way to play this map that might be a little bit more optimal for attacking. In fact, you see defense. This is what I alluded to earlier. If your defense rushes through the middle, if you're middle, you can't go back onto the top as easily as if you're on the top, you can drop down.
Yeah.
So because of that, LG is going to get a crap ton of people right onto the
LG should
king.
be able to damage this king pretty heavily right here. If they can clusterfuck him enough, and they get a lot of kills on the spawn, they should be able to kill him right here. Maybe not, though. It is currently a 2v2, and the king is one of the 2 on Hyperion's side, and they will get taken down. Let's check that king health, because I'm curious. Oh, he is at half HP right now.
Yeah, and he gets hit again. That's gonna it's gonna stall him a little bit until Russian goes down. But I mean, he also had 2. He had a pole hammer and a grand mace in that 2v2.
Yeah.
Those 2 weapons could actually have taken him down if they each landed. That was really close.
Yeah, very, very close. It was only by virtue of that remaining archer that he didn't just get decimated right there.
Hyperion very smartly pushing up into the courtyard, doing as much damage as possible, though.
However, Legion holding out very, very nicely. Stinker with a great double. And they are going to push up. And we have not seen any changes in composition just yet. Something interesting. Neither team has fielded a normal man-at-arms. Skills subbed in as a man-at-arms. I found it interesting that neither team before that was fielding a man-at-arms, however.
Yeah, well, Stinker's just too key at Vanguard, and without Chris, there's just no man-at-arms on LG that they'd use. I'm not entirely familiar with any pro-tier MA on Hyperion. Looks like Skills is going to try and go and do a flank behind, but that's going to signal the 2 other people with him.
Oh, Legion getting some really nice picks from behind. I did not even see that push from Pills and Lapu. And they are going to get the king right where they want him. Russian with a beautiful pick on Skills. That's just what they needed. And the king is caught between a rock and an archer, and he should go down right here, right now. He should not make it out of this alive. And he does not. Beautiful win from Legion.
Yep, great job by Hyperion, though. If you would have said a few months ago that Hyperion would have gotten it this close versus Legion, people probably would have said, yeah, right. But I mean, Hyperion has really stepped their game up, shown that they are definitely one of the top few teams in this game right now.
I could not agree more. Absolutely performing fantastically on both the attacking and the defending side to have held Legion back, even past their own time on that second objective, was absolutely phenomenal. They showed really great pushing ability, really great just teamwork overall in that 6v6 just before the end of the second objective. They held Legion back 8 times. Did really, really well. Can't really see more from them.
And I think it's I'm gonna have to find out who a couple of these Hyperion players are, because that may not have even been 18. Oh, Schmidt was Lemon.
Schmidt is Lemon. Oh, okay. Well, there you have it, guys.
And my guess is Captain Schmidt's Oldon would be my
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, that's Oldon.
Absolutely
Okay, so
makes
that
sense.
that pretty much was their 18 the first time around,
Nice.
and then they subbed in Skills, who honestly did really great
Right.
for them, but it's still no replacement for the heart and
Absolutely.
soul of a full Hyperion team.
Oh, yeah. And I can't wait to see these guys at tourney. That should be one hell of a freaking thing. If they perform this one scrims, if they do any better in tourneys, they are definitely going top 3 at least. But I think that is our game, folks. Very nice win for Legion, but fantastic performance from Hyperion. Can't wait to see more. Thank you, Hype, for co-casting.
Problem. Thanks for reporting.
No problem at all. Nice to see you kind people next time. Have a grand day.